through the borough with the Dicko spirit. The concrete speaks if you're willing to hear it. Mephisto made the trade so the timeline shifted. The weight of the secret has finally lifted. No more wedding bells or the iron suit. Back to the basics and the web swinging route. Dan Slott's vision on the silver screen tonight. Watching Peter Parker struggle through the street light. May is alive and the apartment is trash. Checking the pockets for a day in the urban to cash. It's a mind's eye sees what the panels portray. I'm geeking at the lobby with the Romita lines. The geometry of justice in the ancient designs. Forget the multiperfs and the high-tech noise. We're here for the red and blue Brooklyn boys. Kyle knows the lore like a sacred scroll. Drew brings the energy to nourish the soul. From the funny books to the big frame projection, we analyze the plot with the surgical dissection. No more billionaire toys or the cosmic weight. Just a kid from Queens deciding his fate. With the web fluid chemistry and the wall crawl. Reading through the subtext while we stand tall. Brand new day in the heart of the city. Brand new day, no mercy, no pity. Spider sense tingling, the vision is clear. The prophet in the mask has nothing to fear. Nothing to fear. Overlapping voices like a frantic cipher. True. Spirit of the spider is a soul igniter. Kyle Harry's back from the dead in the new art. True. Finding out the truth in the theater dark. Kyle. We record the reaction for the loyal ears. True. Counting up the wins in the comic book years. 6 arms, black suit, or the paper bag. True. Every single reference is a mental flag. Kyle. The system wants us numb, but the ink stays wet. True. Placing every dollar on a Spidey bet. Kyle. From the Daily Bugle to the theater seat. True. Escaping the trap of the bitter street. Comics for fun and profit. The truth is in the ink. Yo, yo. Spider-Man. Brand new day. See the vision.
Thank you for listening to Comics for Fun and Profit. This is Kyle and Drew with your sneak peek at next week, episode number 1015 for comics originally releasing March the 25th, 2026. But before Drew and I get into what's coming up in your local comic book shops this coming Wednesday, how we doing, Drew? There's been some fun little trailers coming out for comic book stuff and all kinds of fun things happen in the world of comics.
Yeah, I saw Brand New Day, and I don't remember reading that comic. I was like, I don't. Is this based on that comic or just loosely a bit based? Do we know?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I know we're going more friendly neighborhood, but I'm not sure.
Yeah,
exactly where this one. And again, we're with the MCU. We've got the whole nobody remembers Spider-Man thing, which we haven't had before.
That's true. That's true. I forgot about that little. Yeah, that's the whole premise of the trailer. So, yeah, I'm good. I'm down for it. It'll be good. They're always good.
Yep, we seem to have a fun little relationship with Punisher there. I didn't see Daredevil in it, but I'm hoping he's in there as well. So we shall see.
Yeah, that should be good. Yeah, I know there was like some cool battle scenes with like.
The Scorpion?
But like, yeah, there were like multiple things in the air. I was like, I should probably know who that is, and I don't know. So I'm gonna have to go to look it up, and so somebody can tell me who all the Easter eggs were.
And then you didn't watch it, but I saw the trailer for Daredevil Born Again Season 2. It looks really good.
And you enjoyed that first season.
I very much enjoyed that first season. It was awesome. So
yeah,
can't wait for that.
And we don't get Avengers until December, I think.
Yeah, we've got a little while on that one, so I'm not completely sure. I'm just curious how that's going to go with X-Men and non-X-Men and who all.
Yeah, that should be. I think they're going to try to reclaim some of the magic. We'll see how it goes.
I mean, my body is ready.
And so we need to make a pledge here on the podcast that we're going to the theaters to see Spider-Man.
So we're theaters for Spider-Man.
Uh-huh.
We're theaters for Supergirl.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That's not a definite. And then Avengers in the fall or in the winter. Yeah.
There's something else I sent you that we were like, yeah, theaters. I can't remember what it was. I think it was Supergirl that I was like, let's do theaters. Because, like, Superman was awesome.
Yeah. You're right. Superman was awesome.
So I'll figure it out.
But also, you guys wanted to go see Madam Web.
Yeah,
We went to the theaters for that.
Uh-huh.
Was that awesome?
Yeah, Sydney Sweeney in the big screen. Can't beat it. Can't beat it. You know what else you can't beat? You can't beat our good friends at comicbookinvest.com, CBSI, where they release a Hot 10 every weekend. I have their Hot 10 for March 14th.
My brother, the king of the Segway.
Yes, absolutely. Hitting the post, as they call it in the early days of So let's start where we love to start, with the comic book 51, number 1.
Okay.
Another week, another indie at number 1. It takes a hold of this top spot. This week's honor belongs to Madcov, not Image, as 51 grabs the number 1 position with more than 130 copies selling, averaging $20 with a high 28. For context of those sales, counted up 125 sold at premium. That's 96% of all copies sold for at least over cover price. That's awesome.
Yeah, and I believe I remember you reading this one out, citing this one on one of our last episodes, and I do remember this one. I didn't read it.
Yeah,
I
have
didn't
not
read it.
tested that one out either. At rank 2, we have Tigris Island, number 1. Patrick Kinlan writing this one with a cover artist. If your name's going to be stupid, I'm going to pronounce it stupid.
Yeah.
The new number 1 takes the runner-up position with more than 500 sold, a respectable average of $15. There were 4 different cover options, but the high of $20, which was A, B, C, and D, while the Polybag C has a little higher high, as it also came with a higher buy-in with a $10 cover price. Overall, more than 460 sold at premium. That's 92% of all copies on eBay selling for over cover. And for compliments, sets of 4, which was all 4 covers, we're going for $80 a set.
That I don't know this one, so I don't know Tigris Island. So that must have been the week we were off.
Yep. At rank 3, we have King Conan, number 1, the old Roy Thomas book. News that Arnold may be returning to screens finally, as King Conan has spiked this classic cheap box book with more than 40 selling. Overall, the average was only $8 because it has been a cheapo book. But there was a high of $20 for one, and a 9.8 sold for $200, and a 9.6, 70 to 75.
That's amazingly cheap.
Yeah, for something that
I would snap it up.
Yep. At rank 4, we have New History of the DC Universe, The Dakota Incident, number 1. Climbing up the charts with another 150 selling, raising the average up to $14. As a new high was set at $40 for this new DC one-shot. For context, of all sales, $75 and more, or from all the sales, more than 75 sold at a premium, which is about half the sets. It's an interesting split.
Yeah, I
For a one-shot.
I skipped this one, so I didn't even think about reading this one.
At rank 5, we have Marvel Team Up number 14, the Facsimile Edition. Robert Kirkman, Todd McFarlane cover. Another climb this week for a returning offering, as this particular cover sold another 250, raising the average to $9 and a high of 30. McFarlane fans are dedicated, and those show in the sales. More than 200 of those selling at premium.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
I would I that makes a lot of sense. We would have called that out had we known it was coming.
Definitely. At rank 6, Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars number 1. Marvel is finally back on the list as the MCU is quietly building momentum. Surely Doomsday is still months away, and Secret Wars even further than that. That hasn't stopped early adopters to returning to this 80s classic. A decent 40 selling on the secondary market this week, doubling from last week. We saw average $30 with a raw high going for $50, with an error version that has the blue Galactus inside selling for $100.
Wow.
Saw graded 9.8 selling for $300, and a newsie going for $700.
I don't think I knew that there was a error version of Secret Wars #1. Why didn't we buy every one we could find?
Yeah, we've got to start checking for blue Galactus, whatever that is.
Yeah. Huh. I had no idea. I want to keep my eye out.
At rank 7, we have Ordained #1 from Bad Idea Comics. Issue 2 finally hit shelves, triggering return for buyers to grab up issue 1 again. At this point, there were already 3 printings of issue 1 available, with a 4th on the way. But a decent spike this week, as more than 30 sold of the first print A, averaging $14 with a high of $28.
Bad Idea, and is just like, what was that other damn publisher that would like put out a comic and then not put out another one?
Black Mask.
Black Mask, yeah. They're like doing the Black Mask. Ordained was out, what, a year ago?
Yeah.
And when the second one's coming out, feels like anyway.
See if they can finish their stories. That's all we ask.
Yep.
At rank 8, DC All-In Special #1, 3rd printing. While the volume dipped a bit with another 80 selling, the price rose on this 3rd print, raising the average to $17 and hitting a high of $35. The 3rd print officially passed the prices on the 2nd print, but the 1st print still holds the crown.
That is nuts. And that's all Absolute Batman, right?
Yep. Conan the Barbarian #1, another Roy Thomas book here. The King Conan news also triggered a return to the first comic appearance of our favorite Cimmerian. Granted, more than 10 sold doesn't seem like a lot, but this is not a cheap book, and that represents a rise of 40% in the typical movement volume. High sale this week is a CDC 9.6, which sold for $2,550. Meanwhile, low-graded raws around $250. Also, a 9.0 sold this week for $9.95, compared to a 9.2 sale of $861 last week.
I like how that works in the market. Like, there's pragmatists out there like me, like, I ain't getting the first appearance. I'm not going to dip into the wallet with my crusty singles and pulling that out for that. But I'll go get King Conan #1.
King Conan, yeah.
Get a cover of him, and I'll cut my losses at $8.
Yeah. Thankfully, there's different strokes for different folks here. At rank 10, Sonic the Hedgehog #85, the 1 in 15 Nathalie for Drain cover. Every so often, we see one of these Sonic retail incentives pop, and this week we have this 1 in 15 moving for a decent premium, with more than 15 sold at an average of $24 with a high of $30, which is double ratio, which is right where Drew and I put our line, so we are not impressed.
Yeah,
The second appearance of a new character, known as Sage, and the 4th movie is on the way. And this is not the last time we'll see Sonic pop up.
All right. Nice.
Yep. We have some things to look after here down in our other section. They keep changing this other section, so I don't even know what this one is. But we are going to talk about Nectar #1. So last week's top book took hits across the board in volumes and prices, leaving with no choice but to leave it off the list. Now, with more than 400 sold, this is far from tanking and still outselling many of the books presented above. But one must admit that heat is subjective, and this one is cooling more than heating up.
Do you buy that? Like, if something sells 400 on the aftermarket, is it cold? 400 copies on the aftermarket?
Yeah,
that's a hot book.
Yeah, but the average dropped to $16, which was down from its original like $25, and the high was $31, which was down from the high of $65.
Okay.
So, but keep an eye, and it's from Vault, so we shall see if Vault can keep.
Yeah, I get it, but it still should have been in the top 10.
And Narco #1. Much like Nectar, this was last week's #2 book. Also saw a slowing of sales with 190 sold, down 37%. However, almost considering keeping Nectar on the list thanks to it maintaining an average of $13 this week, but the high only reached 22. So overall, that was 2 drops from issues 1 and 2 that were great and still continuing to move, but definitely not the heat that they had prior.
Yeah, this was a interesting book. It reminded me of like a slice of life comic, right? So the guy's just like this nerdy dude hanging out with his friend group, got a crush on a waitress. I can't remember what his profession is, but I think he works from home, and he has narcolepsy. So stress causes him to pass out and fall asleep instantly. And, obviously we see it happening in several occasions, the last of which, spoiler, is when the girl of his dreams, he finally gets a date with her, and she gets attacked outside his door, and as he tries to rescue her, he stresses out and passes out. And that's how episode 1 lost, and it left off, and it was really good. And so I'm all in on this one. I dig it.
Seems pretty interesting.
Yeah, good premise.
All right, Drew, we've looked at the things that we missed over the last couple of weeks that are heating up on the secondary market.
Yeah.
You and I will put our turbans on and look to the future with DC Connect issue 71 March for June.
Yeah, if you thought that was a good premise, let's see how DC does with their premises.
So we're in June, so we're starting summer. So we are obviously starting with Summer of Supergirl special number 1.
All right.
We've got writers Sophie Campbell, Mark Waid, and Gail Simone on this one.
You know what's interesting? They put somebody on the cover, and then they led with that book.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Yes,
Isn't that
it's weird
amazing?
how they feature something and then actually feature the feature.
Yeah. And the movie variant looks like whatever the little girl is who's playing Supergirl. I can't remember her name.
Mm-hmm.
Actress.
Yeah, so this is a $6 48-page book. So they are asking a premium of it, but we seem to be getting some cool stuff. So we shall see.
It'll be on the shelves for a few months, so you'll be able to see it when the movie comes out. And then, like everybody does, they go to the movies and they go straight to a comic book shop and pluck them off the shelves.
Yep.
In our minds, we like that.
Following that up, we're going to talk about Supergirl issue 14, the search for Supergirl. Sophie Campbell with writing and art on that one.
Now, the suit for Searcher Girl would also be a cool concept.
A great one. And we have the movie variant by Jim Lee on this one. So that's awesome. All In with Action Comics 1099, a blast from the past. Mark Waid writing this one.
Okay, this is a $4.99 book for 32 pages. Next issue will be 1,100. I'm guessing $6.99.
Yeah, we'll go up a couple
for
bucks.
40.
We will celebrate it.
Yeah.
From the Superboys, we have Superman 39, Superboy Prime versus DC Comics.
Good cover.
I'm writing that one.
I dig it.
Yeah, some good variants as well. More reign of the Superboys as Superman Unlimited 14 comes out. Dan Slott writing that one. And after we've done that tie-in, we're back to more Supergirl with Supergirl Survive number 1. Ethan Parker, Griffin Sheridan, and Rob Rice take Supergirl on a new Elseworld journey. So this is $4.99 for 40 pages, and it is an Elseworld book.
Why isn't this Black Label?
Yeah.
Kyle, why isn't this Black Label?
I completely agree.
What?
So
Can't you be Black Label and an Elseworld? Do you have to be one or the other? Are they mutually...
It's only 40 pages and 1 in 6. I think you could Black Label this and do 80 pages, one of 3. But that's just me.
Yeah, that's true. But they don't stick to that either. But anyway.
Yeah.
The interior pages are gorgeous, by the way.
Yeah, we get some look at the interior stuff, and it looks very, very well done. Then we get into Dead Man #1 with The Dead Man #1. W. Maxwell Prince, Drew.
I'm excited.
And Martin Morazzo on art. The all-star creators of 2025's hit miniseries Superman, the Kryptonian Spectrum, and the ongoing horror anthology Ice Cream Man are back at DC Comics just to lift your spirit. The Dead Man enters the next level. $4, 32 pages, an ongoing with your boy, W. Maxwell Prince.
Yeah.
We got Frank Cho covers, Tula Lote covers, Hayden Sherman covers, Martin Morazzo covers.
And you know how Moon Knight's kind of my hero that I followed around on the Marvel side.
Yep.
Dead Man was the equivalent on the DC side. He was my guy. And, like I was kind of young and edgy, so I didn't want to be with the mainstream. So I'd pick characters that weren't
Superman who?
Exactly. So I'm a longtime lover of Dead Man comics, and this is just made for me.
And, of course, we love our W. Maxwell Prince. So
We do.
get your peanut butter into my chocolate.
Oh, man. This is going to be
This,
great.
of course,
I'm excited.
We're not all in, Drew, but this is DC Next Level.
Yes.
Sticking with DC Next Level, we're at Lobo #4. Scotty Young continuing to write this series. A blonde, a bounty hunter, and a big dog walk into a bar.
Yes.
Deathstroke the Terminator #4. Tony Fleeks writing this one. Really cute. Dan Pinosian variant cover. And, of course, we have a David Aja cover. I love those. So some great stuff there.
It does not look like Stray Cats at all.
Batwoman #4. Greg Rucka and Denny put Katie Kane through the ringer in the 4th episode of this one. Again, continuing with the DC Next Level. Ooh, Stefan Sajic cover as well.
That looks great.
Barbara Gordon Breakout #2. Rico Tamaki writing that one, art by Amanke Nahulpan.
But we get a Dan Mora. That's
Yeah.
awesome. And we get a Scalera, Matteo Scalera.
Cover's really cool. And Carl Kirscher on the cover A, and I actually very much like that cover A as well.
Solid cover.
The search for Martin Stein continues with The Fury of Firestorm #3. Jeff Lemire, 3 of 8 issues through this one. Zatanna 3 from Jamal Campbell. We get Adam Hughes covers in our Zatanna, because why wouldn't we?
God, I hope this is good. I hope Zatanna's good.
Absolute Batman 21 continues with Scarecrow's Reign of Terror.
That's a sweet looking interpretation
Yeah.
of Scarecrow.
Yeah, it's Two-Face Scarecrow.
Yeah. And up to this point, if I remember, all the introductions of all the various villains have been pretty monstrous versions of them. So this looks like a normal dude, kind of. Little disfigurement, but
Yep.
so I'll see how that monster happens.
Absolute Catwoman #1. The wait is over. Absolute Catwoman is here. Che Grayson and Scott Snyder writing this. Bengal on art. This is one of those that I assume Scott Snyder will drop off after issue 1.
Yeah, it's no offense to Supergirl in the summer of Supergirl, but Absolute Catwoman written by Scott Snyder. I'm surprised it's not at the top of the list.
And this one is only a 6-issue series on this one. But this one also being given a Sozo Miyake cover, so that's big. I always love those Catwoman Sozo Miyake covers.
Yeah.
Absolute Green Lantern 2, New Archers, New Murderers, Porn Sack,
Green Arrow.
Pinochet. Sorry. Absolute Green Arrow #2, Porn Sack, Pinochet, and Rafael Albuquerque on that one.
Nice Riley Rosmo in there.
Absolute Wonder Woman 21. We're back to All In. A Harsh Reality comes to light. Kelly Thompson and Dylan Snook on that one. Absolute Superman with its 20th issue, of course, from Jason Aaron. It's Superman versus King Shazam versus Hawkman versus Redacted.
Yeah, in the battle of All In versus Next Level, I'm leaning Next Level right now.
It's kind of nice. Yeah, so far so good. Absolute Green Lantern 15. This is Al Ewing. The planet Earth is in peril. Absolute Flash 16. Jeff Lemire. Down into our Matt Fraction Batman with Batman number 10. One Dark Knight can't keep the Batman down.
This has been super solid, man. Why didn't they give Fraction a crack at this book a long time ago?
Mm-hmm. Dustin Nguyen cover looks pretty cool as well. And then, boy,
David
we get
Aja.
a 1 in 25 David Aja. I love that
Aja.
he's back just spitting out good stuff. They're all still minimalistic. They're all still great. They all still pop. Even these postage stamps pop for me, Drew.
Yep, and that's saying something.
Yeah. Poison Ivy 45, G. Willow Wilson. Wow, we've happened to do 2 months in a row where she's not making out with somebody on the cover. She just gets to be her own person. That's awesome. Monsters at the Mayor's Manor. Poison Ivy 45. Nightwing 139. Dan Waters on here. Just a
Look at that cover.
The Waterfront. Nightwing Criminal?
And Kyle, you see all that blue ocean of white space underneath the paragraph, the single paragraph of description?
Yep.
You know what would fit right there?
What's that?
Those other variant covers by Ben Harvey and Gabriel Ardman would have fit right there in that space.
I'm guessing that they're finding out they're doing these variant covers when this releases and haven't been told.
You got till June, bro. Get moving.
Get on it. Catwoman 88, Torrin Grongbeck. Frank Cho covers on that one as well. Continue on, A's. All in Harley Quinn 63.
This looks
Harley
terrible.
and Ivy, Life of Crime number 6 from Erica Henderson.
Also bad.
Yeah, I'm just sick of talking about all AG Harley crap. I hate it so much.
Yeah,
Detectives.
it's just so YA, and so they're just leaning into whatever silliness it is. It's just, I don't know who's reading it.
Detective Comics 1110. Tom Taylor, Mikhail Yanin, one of my favorite creative teams. Innocent girl or deadly assassin? Black Canary thinks she has granted shelter to a lost, scared little girl, but Batman and Green Arrow know the truth.
Yeah, when Zdarsky run of Batman got long in the tooth, it was pretty clear that Detective was the better Batman book. Now it's not cut and dried. But Detective and Batman, there's some good Bat books coming out month after month.
And life's better with good Bat books.
Yep.
Murder Mystery, Batgirl number 20, Tate Bromball on that one, Steven Segovia on art.
That's not murder.
No.
That's Mooter. Mooter Mystery Batgirl.
Murder Mystery, damn it. They got me.
They got you. They maybe there's a character named Mooter in this book that they're going to be talking. That's a first appearance of Mr. Mooter,
Dearest
perhaps?
DC, for a small nominal fee, Comics for Fun and Profit will proofread
We will.
your DC
We
Connects. It will take
We
us less than 48 hours. We will go through it from head to toe, and we will
In
find these
fact-
these things that make you look like complete, absolute chipmunks. And
We'll probably use AI, but still, you could have done the same damn thing. Come on.
Oh, jeez. I don't know who Terso is, but we got a Terso variant that I like on this Batgirl 20. But I cannot wait for the Mooter variant.
The Mooter variant's going to be sick.
Wonder Woman 34, Tom King. Justice League Unlimited 20, all in. Peril of the Power Planet. that Fabrizio de Tomaso variant where it's just King Shark and Blue Batman. I love it. It's so crazy. Vengeance is upon the JSA with JSA 20 Jeff Lemire. You see that big blank spot? We're not getting the Matt Taylor cover variant there either. Teen Titans 36, Tate Bromball, Torrin Clark. Adventures of Superman, The Book of L, number 9. Philip Kennedy Johnson. Flash 34, Gorillas Attack. Seems like there's always gorillas in my Flash books.
Yep. Nakayama phoned that Flash cover in.
Yes,
we've seen that a million
We've
times.
seen that one, I think, yeah. It was a file save as from a different one. Emperor Aquaman 18, Jeremy Adams, John Timms on that one. Kyle Rayner is on the case with Green Lantern 36 and Green Lantern Corps 17.
Nice.
DC's award-winning Pride celebration with DC Justice League Dream Girls Pride Event number 1. That is a $5 32-page book. There are 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, and 4 all coming out, it looks like, in June in subsequent weeks. All with a lot of writers and a lot of artists.
Amazing.
Yep, so if you want the whole lot, it's $20. Batman Superman World's Finest 52. Mark Waid and Adrian Gutierrez with a really nice Dan Mora cover. And of course, a Supergirl movie variant. Bizarro Year None number 2 by my boy Kevin Smith and Eric Carrasco. Gotham Academy first year number 8. 5 of 6, so the penultimate Gotham Academy first year. Okay. DC Cross Sonic Metal Legion number 2. Ian Flynn writing this. The world. Dr. Eggman joins the Legion of Doom. We're back into Vertigo. Even zombie friendships can be tested. Bleeding Hearts number 5. Denise Camp. The Peril of the Brutal Dark, an Ezra Kane Mystery 5, Chris Condon. End of Life, number 5, Kyle Starks. Boy, I'm disappointed that we've gone 5 months without getting another Vertigo book.
I'm with you. It seems like they came out of the gate pretty strong and then didn't follow up. So they're going to let these all finish? Are they going to be like 6-issue finishers?
Yeah, or are we going to hit 6, take a pause, do trades, and then come back and still... So there'll be a month where we have no Vertigos. And,
I mean, it could it be like caution? Like, is there an appetite for Vertigo again, and they want enough sales numbers to make an accounting decision?
I mean, these all hit hard. These have been 3 of the things I've been the most excited about from DC for their... I will probably say
they're selling well.
Aside from Absolute, the last 3 years.
Yeah, I think they're selling well, but I don't know that.
Yeah. Gosh, I want more.
I would like more, yeah.
More Elseworld. We've got, of course, have Superman, Father of Tomorrow, number 2. Kenny Porter writing that one. Swamp Thing, 1989, number 3. Before the beginning of time, Swamp Thing must face the source. This is the unreleased, now released book. This is the 3rd of 4 issues on this one. Have you read the first one of this?
No, I haven't seen it yet. I'm surprised. I'm surprised there's this many unreleased Swamp Things in a drawer somewhere.
Crazy.
One more.
Avengers JLA number 2 facsimile edition. The epic crossover continues. Lobo number 1 getting a facsimile edition for $4 here.
It says only 99 cents.
It does. I'm going to hold him to that. Supergirl and the Legion of Superheroes 23 facsimile edition. It doesn't seem like that one's that old. Mm-mm. It's that Adam Hughes cover I love.
Yep.
Get it in foil as well. DC WIP Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow number 1. I'm not sure what WIP means. Is that what they're calling?
Oh, that's a work in progress. I'm sorry, that's work in progress.
Okay, so that's their pencils before release
Yes.
kind of thing.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Artist edition, same kind
Yeah,
of shit.
that's exactly what I was looking for. Is the word artist edition, or I don't know. Everybody's done one of these and named it something different. This is the DC WAP Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow #1. First appearance of Batgirl, Detective Comics 359. This is an oldie but a goodie. This is a key you'll never have. Pick it up here for cheap.
For $3.99. Yeah, they didn't jack the price up. Nope. This is a good one to have. It's a great cover, nice cover. Bright colors. You'll never find this in the wild in this kind of condition for this price. So this is a no-brainer.
Carmine Infantino art. DC.
Kyle, take a break. Kyle takes a break while I take over on trades. This is DC. Yeah, this is DC's KO collected. What was this? This was a successful event that I read, and I don't think I never need to see it again. But it was surprisingly not terrible.
208 pages.
Mm-hmm. DCKO All Fight is collecting all the side quests. So you get Superman, Captain Atom, Aquaman, Wonder Woman, Lobo, Titans, Harley Quinn, Zatanna, Flash, Superman, and Red Hood Joker. So if you didn't catch them, you can read all the side quests as well. Not in the right order, but whatever. DCKO Justice League Unlimited is its own trade, collecting the 12th through 16th issue of that together. DCKO Superman, you can buy that on your own, which is 28 through 35. And Battle Royale is another DCKO, collecting the rest of the stuff in DCKO. So you got to buy 4 trades to get the whole story if you really want it. But if I were you, I'd just get the DCKO because that's how I read it, and it's fine. You don't need all that other stuff. We got a YA Batman called Bruce Wayne Not Super, Bat Catastrophe, a graphic novel. That's out. Teen Titans Go, another YA title collected. Absolute Martian Manhunter, the volume 2 is now out and collected. This was an Eisner nominee. This was critically acclaimed. I couldn't get through the first issue, so there's something wrong with me, perhaps. Batman Static Beyond gets collected. Aquaman Volume 2, Justice League Blue is collected. Batgirl 3, The War of Shadows is collected. JSA Volume 3, Year 1 gets a nice addition, along with Superman Unlimited Volume 2. We're also going to get a World's Finest collection of Batman Superman. This is Volume 9. Batman Detective Comics Volume 3 gives us The Courage That Kills. Nice 168 pages there. Catwoman Volume 3, The Court of Fools is collected. That's the Torrin Gronbeck run. And we get a new version of Injustice Gods Among Us, this time in a compact edition.
Wow, $10 for 416 pages is some of the best stuff. I love year 1 of Injustice Gods
Yeah,
Among Us.
This is Tom Taylor really kind of making a name for himself. And this is, kids are going to get scoop this up that didn't catch it in singles. Dark Knight's Metal gets a DC compact edition. I don't know that this is going to fly as well, but I'll give it a shot. DC's Finest collects Green Lantern, The Hard Traveling Heroes. That's a quality run of comics from the Bronze Age. DC's Finest Justice League of America Crisis on Earth X, the Len Wein led event. That's a nice one, nice collection. DC's Finest, The Suicide Squad, The Nightshade Odyssey. Don't know that one, but that's a lot of old goodness there. And because we're going to launch Dead Man with a new title, we're going to give you a collection of Dead Man as well. This is the old Kelly Jones complete collection of Dead Man comics from, how far we go back? We go on complete collection showcases. DC's horror from.
This is Tim Seeley. Didn't realize he was writing back then.
Oh wow, this isn't that old then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can't be that old. That's great. I'll have to take a look at that one. I'll probably pick that up. That looks really awesome. When do I get that? That's not until July 21st. I could be dead by then. Firestorm the Nuclear Man gives us a 2026 edition. Also, let's capitalize on relaunching these books by giving people some more stuff to get their hands on if they dig it. Good, smart marketing. Appreciate it. Green Lantern, Kyle Rayner, Volume 1. Deathstroke, Volume 1. The Professional, another 26 edition. So, they're trying to capitalize on their new releases and tie them into something else so you can always get more. Great philosophy. Hope it works. Batman Arkham Clayface is a classic. Bill Finger, Lynn Wein. Quite a combo there. Absolute Batman Incorporated, which is
Grant Morrison run.
It's an absolute format, not absolute
I was
Batman.
just about to say, this is not absolute Batman.
Yeah.
They may be trying to bait and switch some people here.
They are calling it Absolute Batman Incorporated, but it's really Batman Incorporated, the Absolute Edition. But a little dirty pool there.
Yep.
Aquaman, Jeff Johns, Book 1. This was a well-regarded Aquaman run. Batman, Tom King, Book 3. This is the failed wedding run.
Yeah. We hated it before it released.
We all remember that one, and Drew's 7 copies that are sitting on his box somewhere. Batman Volume 2 Omnibus from Tom King. Man, I love Tom King, man, but that Batman just went on too long. Batwoman Omnibus, the 26 edition. This is the J.H. Williams, which his art was just amazing in that run. Birds of Prey, Gail Simone, crushing it. Gotham City Year 1 Deluxe. That was a really fun series. I liked that a ton. That's a Tom King run. Commandy by Jack Kirby, the Omnibus. People who love Commandy and love Jack Kirby love it a lot. Milestone gets its 5th compendium. Power Girl, New Beginnings and Old Friends gets an omnibus. Superman the Triangle Era omnibus. Batman the
What's
Long
the
Halloween
Triangle era?
I skipped it because I did not know.
Sorry.
I have no idea. It's just looks like Action 687, 10 issues of that.
Judging by it's got all the post-death of Superman people. I just wasn't sure.
10 issues of Adventures of Superman, 10 issues of Superman, just a lot of that same era collected together. And Swamp Thing Dark Genesis is an omnibus. Looks like 2 of them to me, but maybe that's you buy the box, you get the second one later. I'm not sure. New Titans omnibus. It is 1,100 pages for that. Wow, that's crazy. Wonder Woman Year 1 gets a collection, normal size. Wonder Woman The Golden Age omnibus, totally collected with 800 pages right there. And that finishes us up. So we got, Kyle, some good
60
stuff.
Digital pages, yeah.
Really quality stuff. Typo aside, they did a pretty darn good job of giving me some offerings. I quibble with a couple of the placements of the titles, but overall, solid work. Solid work, DC. We appreciate it. I'll give you a B. I'll give you half a grade higher.
All right, now we're going to head over to coverprice.com. We're going to find the top 10. We're going to start on March the 9th, but we weren't here, so we should be fine. And we're going to start with the number 1 book. The New History of the DC Universe, The Dakota Incident, number 1. The regular cover A. There is a storied history between the DC Universe and the Milestone Universe, from which characters like Static originate. This book is DC's attempt at bringing the Milestone characters back into the fold and out of the eager masses awaiting these books. Drew, have you seen the eager masses awaiting these books?
No, but they're really, really trying to relaunch the Milestone universe, and this is their latest attempt.
Masses aside, the hype exploded behind this book during pre-orders, with a second printing already confirmed. There are no notable first appearances yet, but fans are ecstatic that DC is working to make the universe a little more streamlined while delivering a story lost in time. Tracking 45 copies, sold 7-day growth, high of $40 with an average of $20. DC All-In Special Number 1, the third print, Nick Dragotta. Well, the Absolute Universe has exploded in popularity, leading a steady cycle of new collectors circling the first appearances of some of the big players like Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman. While the Absolute iteration's first appearances in this book, which has officially hit a third printing, the first print flew under the radar for some time before fans began picking it up in droves. Now, a new subset of collectors to get a chance to add some big first-time appearances to their personal collections. Tracking 117 copies sold, with a high sale of $75 for a CGC 9.8, and your floppies are going for $16. Tigress Island number 1. Yet another Image title is getting hot before release. It's been a hectic few weeks, and it is showing no signs of slowing down. The fan base caught wind of this title and began ordering copies as soon as they were available, driving up the fair market value. This variant from Kaladin really caught the attention of fans who are eager to experience the remote island these characters are trapped on. 39 copies in the secondary market, high sale of 16, settling to around $15. Then we have more Tigress Island, the EPHK regular one, selling 47 copies, $20 for a raw on that one as well. So both of those doing pretty good.
Yep.
At rank 5, we have Narco number 1, the Alfred Hitchcock homage by Daniel Hilliard. Many missed out on Narco at their LCS, causing a firestorm on the aftermarket for this Alfred Hitchcock-inspired homage. Considering this was the only variant outside of a blank iteration, it wasn't surprising to see collectors continue snagging copies as if they could. And being the only variant cover, fair market value is nearly in line with cover A. Tracking 36 copies, a high of $20, settling to $12.
And that was Drew's pick of the week.
Yep. Marvel Team Up 14. This is, of course, Todd McFarlane and Dave McCaig. This 2026 facsimile. This issue is one of those white whales for Invincible collectors. And whenever there is a reprint or facsimile, they show up in big support, especially when industry legend and Image Comics co-founder Todd McFarlane joins the cover party. Of the covers available, this was the one collectors chased after the most by far, tracking 184 copies during the secondary market. One went for $70 for a CGC 9.8, and raw floppies are up to $16 already.
People of the Todd Father.
This is very true, very true, very true. At rank 7, we have 51, number 1, the regular cover. While Image titles have been dominating pre-release sales, Mod Cave is making a run of its own. This series is the newest book to land on the pre-release hot list, fitting considerably. It features a dude screwing up one too many times and getting assigned a job in Area 51. When publishers are pumping out titles that grab readers' attention like this one, it's easy to see why collectors are after the first issue, even before it even hits the shelves of their LCS. Tracking 43 copies, $25 over a high, settling to around $22. Before we missed a couple weeks, Drew, we talked a lot about dorks.
Yep.
And I talked a lot about the second printing coming up, seeing as
Yep,
it was
you did.
new art. This one that started it all. It's been a wild few weeks of hype-based mania since this book took over the aftermarket. It caused enough of a stir that it went back for a second print, and now going for a third. What fans are really excited about is that this cover features the same cover as the one per store thank you variant, but with the new trade dress. Fly High Darks. We tracked 140 copies, high sale of $40, and floppies settling in at $12 when it was all said and done. Narco number 1 had an additional cover. This is the regular cover, not the one that was the homage cover. Still tracking 134 copies in the secondary market. Still having a high of 35, settling to 18. And Absolute Evil Number one, this book is another that initially flew under the radar as collectors were barely keeping up with curing older Absolute titles and the steady stream of new titles. It dropped, delivering the first appearance of Absolute Green Arrow, Hawkman, and Lex Luthor. Kind of some big characters. It also featured the introduction of the Absolute Justice League. Also, kind of a big deal. Making this an excellent book for collectors of the Absolute Universe to chase. In fact, we saw 44 copies in the secondary market, $85 for CGC 9.8, $11 the settle mark.
I don't know if that's the new Justice League. It is the Trinity together for the first time, and I guess they are the Justice League, but I don't know that it's officially a Justice League.
A little bit of pushback from that? Oh, I get you. I understand.
They intimated at the possibilities, but I don't know that it's officially a Justice League. They don't have a headquarters or anything. Anyway. Rank 11, we have Nectar number 1, the Danny Luckett 1 in 40 variant, which sold 9 copies and gets you a high of $100 for a raw. That's not too shabby, but it is just a little bit over double cover. Nectar number 1, the Mon House 1 in 20, sold 15 copies with a high sale of 120 for a raw. That's pretty freaking good, too. And then we have the black and white virgin variant of Nectar. That's a 1 in 50 that sold 7 measly copies, but they went for as high as $325 for a raw. Tigress Island, the Luan Vecchio Not Safe for Work polybagged, sells 39 copies and is selling for highs of $20. Narco number 1, the Invincible Team Up variant of Daniel Hilliard and Dave Stewart sold 58 copies with a high sale of $21 for a near mint copy. And then Nectar, I'm going to get my Narcos and my Nectars. I'm getting them confused. So Nectar, Jason Sean Alexander 1 in 30 sold 7 copies with a high sale of $123 for a near mint. And then we hit Murder Drones. This is a week 2 staple of and still selling strong. It sold 67 copies with a high sale of $75 for a 9.8.
An Oni book.
Yeah, that's an Oni book slipping in there, and $75 for a 9.8 on that one. And raw is around 20. And then Nectar comes back with a 1 in 10 at rank 18. For 58 copies with a $280 9.8 copy, and raw is around $86. And then another Nectar. This is the regular cover that sold 332 copies with a high sale of $100 for a 9.8. Raw is around $26. And rounding out our top 20, we have the regular Dork cover. Still selling. 44 more copies of this sold. $85 for a near mint plus. And most of them are going around $77. So a lot of Dork, a lot of Nectar, a lot of Narco, a lot of Tigress Island variants filling up this back half of the spot. And then just throw in a Murder Drone for good luck.
A lot of original stories here being things to chase, I like to see.
Yeah, that's kind of nice.
What else is kind of nice is getting back to the sneak peek at next week. And in order to do that, Drew and I have to head over to our good friends at Lunar Distribution. We have to find March the 25th. And we have to start looking through things. And we start where we love to start, with Absolute Martian Manhunter 10.
Yep. I don't know that we do love that, but we also get Absolute Wonder Woman and the big giant sword and multiple covers. You love that.
Definitely. Skip over a few Archie things. I'm not really...
Yeah. Dark Knight Returns gets its facsimile out.
Yeah.
Number 2. A lot of classic covers in there, but I kind of like the new reimagined one. Those are great, too.
The same thing.
Yeah. A single Catwoman, number 85. That's something wrong there.
Yeah,
that must be a late shipping foil.
Yeah, it's one of those expensive things. DC Marvel, Superman, Spider-Man, One Shot. Cover A, Jorge Jimenez. Cover B, Jim Lee. C, Rafael Albuquerque. Clayton Crane. Oliver Quipel. Steve Lever. Gabriel Del Otto. Mitch Gerolds. Adam Hughes. Mikael Yanin. Dave Johnson. Arthur Adams. Artgerm. Scott Campbell. Scott Koblish. Josh Middleton, David Nakayama, Daniel Sampier, Rafa Sandoval,
Wow, we're still going.
Evan Doc Shaner, Jeff Spokes, David Taliski, Chrissy Zulo, Jorge Jimenez again, and a blank.
That
We
is
have a cover
amazing.
Z, ladies and gentlemen.
26 covers of Superman, Spider-Man #1. I don't know how you would choose. There's a lot of quality ones in there. I really don't know how
You
you'd
flip
even choose.
to J. Scott Campbell and you say yes to that one. And then you
That-
skip to Artgerm and you say yes to that one.
Yeah, so you buy two. Gotcha.
Yeah, those are.
Those are the two easy ones, I guess.
God, I love that they did Silk.
Yeah, it's great. And they're not all Superman and Spider-Man on the cover, which is surprising.
Yep.
People said, you know what? We'll give you something else.
Yeah, phenomenal stuff there.
Detective 1107 gets some quality covers, except for that cardstock, which is just a symbol. Come on.
Come on.
You're not even trying. I love that Jorge Jimenez. I don't know what's going on with the cape, but I dig it. Second printing of Dork, #2. I should do something.
Yes, indeed.
Aerotech gives us our 4th issue of 5. That was a spike when its new issues come out.
Trade for Exquisite Corpse is the second of them. That's good.
Yeah. Feral #21. That's Tony. Some more Tony Fleeks. Mm-hmm. Ferocious finishes up with its 5. Boy, that looks like a crossed cover right there.
Yeah, no doubt.
We'll have to check that out just for that cover.
Final Boss 5.
Flash 31. Again, some people just phoning in the covers.
Florida Hippopotamus Cocaine Massacre #1 going to a second print. And Florida Hippopotamus Cocaine Massacre #2 release it.
And the covers look very, very similar.
Yes.
You might get
Each
them
one
confused.
featuring guns and a hippopotamus.
As one would expect from the title.
Mm-hmm.
So the Green Lantern... Okay, so these symbol cardstocks variants.
Green Lantern 33 is Legacy 600.
Oh, okay. So these symbol cardstock variants, I can see the appeal now. Okay, so you buy them.
Yep.
And you frame them.
Yep.
And you put them on your wall.
Yep.
They're gonna look pretty darn good.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna look really nice on your wall or your spinner rack if you have one of those. That's gonna look pretty cool. I'm seeing the appeal now.
Excellent. We have you finally.
Yep, they've won me over.
Harley Quinn 60. There's the homage cover to Batman. I can't remember.
Honor and Curse Eternal. This is Mad Cave, and it's an Immortal Ninja book.
Ooh.
Yeah. Looks kind of good.
It's their Underworld imprint, which I don't know.
Hyde Street hits us with #11. I Hate Fairyland hits 49. Invincible Returns Facsimile Edition #1. That's pretty quick to do that as a facsimile, but all right. Capes #5. That's Kirkman, right?
Yeah.
Justice League Unlimited hits 17. Fun booster
Love
cover.
the the Sears Portrait Studio covers. I will always love those.
Is that for Justice League?
Unlimited.
Oh, the Brian Boland?
No, the Bruno Redondo, cover B.
Oh, yep, there it is. I see it now. Liquidator hits number 5. Mark Spears, The Midnight Man, number 1. That's not a monster.
No, we're going superheroes.
Is anybody going to care if he's not doing a monster? I guess some of those covers do look a little monstrous. Henchman number 1. This is Rafael Garcia. Kit Wallace on cover, which is pretty solid. I cannot tell what.
Yeah. I'm not sure the publisher on this one. It's not on the front.
No, might be some kind of. I don't know. There's a double cover nude bagged variant.
I would say Zenoscope in my mind, but I haven't.
I don't think so. That art style doesn't look like them. Sherlock Holmes Dark Detective Special. Dr. Nicola and the Soldier Legacy. That's interesting.
Yeah. Sun Chasers, number 1 from Red 5 Comics. Is a $10 book.
A little steep.
Yeah.
A lot of Superman. Supernatural comes out with its 6th issue of the series. This has been super fun for me. And then a new issue of The Peril of Brutal Dark and Ezra Kane Mystery, our Vertigo title we were talking about earlier. Got some great covers there. Classic noir look to them.
Superman 36, Dan Mora on that. Cover B is a nice little Street Fighter homage.
Yeah. Void Rivals. That looks good. I dropped off that book, though. And there's White Sky, who made a lot of heat with its last debut, and I didn't realize it was in part of the Invincible universe. That was news to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does that make you think less of it because it's in the same?
It does. It does make me think less of it. Yeah, it makes me think less of it.
All right, let's head over to Marvel and see what they've got releasing this week as well. Deadly Hands of Kunlun, number 2. Cyclops, number 1.
A lot tougher.
Not very much stuff.
Yeah, we were having a lot of fun over there, and then kind of hit
Just
a
a
wall.
4th week, not a 5th week. Just meh.
Yeah, I mean, we had tons of stuff to choose from Lunar.
Yeah. Oh, no, we got more loading up. There we go.
Punisher, I do like that Punisher variant with whatever version of him that is.
Mm-hmm. That Tommaso one?
Pinto. Percy Pinto. Yeah. But you're right. There's some really solid Punisher covers.
Deadpool, April Fool's. Oh, it's an April Fool's cover. Gotcha. Your facsimile for Silver Surfer is there as well.
Another great Premonic Moon Knight cover, too. Man.
Derek Chew is a great Rogue cover.
Dungeons of Doom. First Foes. Fantastic Four. That should be fun. I'll read that.
Uncanny X-Men 25. I'm not impressed with a lot of this.
Yeah.
I like the Moon Knight covers. Not So, I mean, stuff that if you're in it, you're in it. If you're not, you're not, mostly. All right, Drew, at this point in the podcast, we're asking your pick of the week was the one thing to head into your local comic book shops, grab, make sure it's bagged and boarded, set nicely in that little short box, and say, boy, one of these days this is going to be absolute Batman number one.
You know, it's going to be controversial.
Oh, no.
I'm going to go with DC Marvel Superman Spider-Man number one, but I'm going to go with the Rafael Albuquerque cardstock variant because it's both Superman and Spider-Man on the cover. Mm-hmm. And both the J. Scott Campbell and the Artgerm are Supergirl and one of the Spider chicks.
Well, I'm picking the same darn title you are, but I'm going with my boy Artgerm because he put Silk on the cover. So I'm going with the cover M for DC Marvel Superman Spider-Man number one, cover M.
Kind of fun. Kind of a fun one, too. Yeah. And I think you're probably closer to what the market's going to go after. I just, if it's called Superman Spider-Man, is this a backup tale of these two together maybe in there? But now that I'm looking at your cover, it is really nice. Now I'm looking at it all blown up. Gosh, $8.99. I didn't realize it was a $9 book.
You got to pay Marvel and you got to pay DC, brother.
Yeah, they each get $4, so it doesn't leave a lot left on the bone, does it?
No, it does not.
Nice.
All right, well, thank you for tagging along with Drew and myself as we head through our sneak peek at next week and all the beautiful books coming up as we end the month of March and head into good old April. We thank you so much for tagging along and seeing all the cool things. If you want more from Drew and myself, head on over to patreon.com. Find comics for fun and profit. Toss a couple of bucks our way. Keep the lights on and all the good stuff. Get us ad-free. Get us early and get all of our special things we do where we really rant about all the things we do and do not like in the world of comics. We thank you so much for everything you've done and for listening this far. For Drew and for myself, see you.
Kyle hit record, said, Drew, you ready, man? Stack of comics leaning like a losing hand. We swore we'd wait for streaming, save a couple bucks, but then the trailers dropped and now we're out of luck. Said we were done with capes and post-credit scenes, but here we are again chasing teenage dreams. It's a brand new day and we're back in line, talking Spider-Man like it's Spider-Man, like it's 29. Supergirl flying, yeah, we said we stay home, but Avengers got us blowing our bones. We said no way, but we caved anyway. Popcorn nights and a nerd cliche, yeah, comics for fun and profits losing the fight, cause Doomsday dragged us back, losing the fight. Cause Doomsday dragged us back to the theater tonight. Drew said multiverse fatigue is finally real. Kyle rolled his eyes, just wait till you see the real. Hot takes flying faster than a mid-credit tease. Plot holes big enough to drive a Quinjet through with these. We roast, we rant, but we still show up. Yeah, fandom's a curse and we can't give it up. It's a brand new day and we're back in line, talking Spider-Man like it's 29. Supergirl soaring, yeah, we said we passed. Now we're arguing lore while we sneak in snacks. We said we're out, but we're here to stay, debating canon in the lobby fray. Yeah, comics for fun and profits living the lie, cause Doomsday pulled us back and we don't know why. Remember when we said we're done with phase whatever? Now we're ranking suits and villains like it's forever. From panel to screen, yeah, we follow the call, and we'll podcast the chaos through it all. Ticket scanned, regret kicks in. But if it's bad, that's content gone. has got us back in repeat. We said last time, but we say that a lot. Yeah, comics for fun and prop another shot. Yeah, comes day hits and we're first in line. 'Cause Tharp stand first in line. Kyle, so was it good? Drew, man, I don't even know anymore. But we'll be back next week.